Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Have you ever heard of dead sticking? I'll bet most of you have it. You wonder what in the world I'm talking about. Well, first, let's look at the words dead and stick. First of all, let's look at stick and what stick refers to in fishing. Not only structure with sticks around, but a stick is what most bass fishermen refer to a worm. A worm becomes a stick bait because it's shaped like a stick. And dead means not moving. So if we take a worm and we fish it in a way that it doesn't move, we're dead sticking. And this goes against most of our habits, most of our instincts. We need to be doing something. A lot of the top pros, they're fishing fast all the time. Well, you can't fish fast if you're dead sticking. But what dead sticking amounts to is if you know you're in a good area, you know the fish are there, and they haven't responded to other things, one of the best ways to catch them is to dead stick a worm. And by this, I'm talking about a plastic worm. And what you do is, and you can either wacky rig it, which means put the hook right through the middle of the worm and let each side flop down, or you can Texas rig it, which means you hook it at the head of the worm and then bury the hook in the soft plastic. And that makes it weedless, but that makes it lie straight. You want it to lie straight. Then you cast it out and you let it sink down. And the best way to do this is not to use as little weight as you possibly can. In fact, the way I like to fish these worms is with no weight at all, but I'm not fishing super deep water. So you cast out, you let the weight of the hook carry the worm down. The fish sees it coming down. They see it. They know it's there. It comes down and it lays on the bottom. So they're looking at it and they're thinking about it. Well, they don't want to see it move. They wait and wait to see what it does. And it tends to lay there like something that would fall to the bottom would probably do. Then after, let's say 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and believe me, it takes patience to do this kind of fishing. You just let it lay there. Then you raise the rod tip and move it a bit. And then let it stop. And then wait again. Now, it sounds horrible to some people. They just don't have the patience to do this. But this can be one of the most deadly and effective ways to fish, because maybe the second, maybe the third time that worm moves a bit, those fish can't resist it anymore. They go over, they open their mouth, and they suck it in within a fraction of a second. And then what this type of fishing also makes you be very good at, or you need to be, is watching your line, having a feel. Because that strike will be so subtle. When they suck that in, it'll feel just like a tick. And when you feel anything, or you see your line twitch just a little bit, that means something has happened. You know you're dead sticking it. You're not moving it. So if your line twitches, something has happened down there. You see that line twitch, or you feel a tick, and you set the hook as hard as you can. And this is, again, this is not just some remote type of fishing. This can become one of your mainstays, one of your go-tos, because you'll catch an awful lot of fish doing this. First of all, a plastic worm, is one of the best baits you can ever use. And if you learn to use it correctly, or maybe correct isn't the right word to use, if you learn to use it in a way that seems to fool the fish, then it's going to become a much better bait for you. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.